All right, here we are here at the Funky Groove store, and I'm going to tell you just like this here. There's no way anybody in the world can have something that's called a Funky Groove store without your selection of funk. And if you're going to have a selection of funk, then you better have a good selection of some Funkadelic and some Parliament records. And as you can see, he got the first album right here. We got the second. We got the first 3 Funkadelic albums right here already. So we already ready to get you started on the good foot, baby. But that ain't all. For a little bit more for your dollar, you can get the first Parliament record. This is their first time out. This is after George had got the rights to the group back. And this is the first record that says Apollo Funkadelic meant thing. Yes, this is their album, Osmium. It's got some heat on there. But then check it out. They foresaw the future. A black man in the White House, Chocolate City. This was when they started to make some noise as Parliament. You know, they had got signed over to Casablanca Records, but that wasn't the first one on Casablanca. This was the first one on Casablanca. And you got to have this one up in your collection, up for the downstroke, baby. In order for you to get up, you get to get down, baby. And if you want to get, let's say you want Funkadelic's greatest hits from their early years in Westbound. This is the one to get right here. You don't need no other one. Just go on and get this one. And we got it right here at Funky Groove Store. Man, look at here. This has got to be the greatest moment for George Clinton. This was like the highlight, the mothership, baby. This is like the Bible. You got to have this in your collection. Every song on this album is hot, funky, greasy, and stank. You need this record. And then, of course, I've heard people say that when they went to the record store, when this album is out and they had this big old cutout in the record store, used to scare the hell out of them. Clones of Dr. Funkenstein, baby. Even my man Octavio said this is one of his favorite albums because of the work of Fred Wesley and Maceo. All of it. This is the whole team right here. Bootsy is on this record. Jerome Braley. We got Jerome Braley when he left Funkadelic. Quasar, we got that project. Yeah, we got some funk for you over here. We got the history of the funk right here in front of your eyes. You got to have this one, baby. Now, when you put this one on, most people know this as the Flashlight record because Flashlight was one of their biggest hits, and it's what's on this album featuring Bootsy on the drums. Did you know that Bootsy played on all of their #1 hits? The drums, that is. Yes, sir. Funkadelic versus the Placebo Syndrome featuring Flashlight, one of the biggest hits. And then, of course, their first time going on to Warner Brothers with Hardcore Jollies. This has got one of my favorite songs by them, Coming Round the Mountain, which a lot of people doesn't know is Eddie Hazel playing the guitar on there. Then this one, you can put this record on, go to the bathroom, make some biscuits, make some pancakes, come back with a full breakfast. The record still wouldn't be finished, and you got to play it all the way to the end. This is the album that's got Not Just Knee Deep on there, and a lot of people say this was their last hurrah, but they still made some great music after that. But you got to have this in your collection for the reason of Not Just Knee Deep, and Freak of the Week is a cold-blooded tune too. We stretching out in the rubber band. Somebody told me I look like Bootsy Collins today, and they said that their favorite song was Stretching Out. Well, here it is. You can come right here at Funky Groove Store and cop that album. This is Bootsy Collins at his best. I'd rather be with you, who? Yeah. Lady just said that on the bus, by the way. You look like that guy that sing, I'd rather be with you, who? Well, here it is. You can come get it right here at Funky Groove Store. Yes, and if you DJ, you can get 2 copies of Funkadelic. And, oh yeah. This is the national anthem of the funk right here. This is the one. You see this, you see them do this at every concert, and it's about bringing everybody together. One nation under a groove. And this is a special edition of it because, you know, on the original record, they had a 7-inch on there that had Maggot Brain and the Doo-Doo Chasers. Well, this one looks like it's got the long version of One Nation Under a Groove. Might be the instrumental version. Who knows? You have to copy it yourself and see, but this is the one. Now, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. A handful of funk. Greasy enough, hey man, we might need some hot sauce for these records. Watch out there now.